Your brain does not hate hard things because you are weak. It hates hard things because it is basically a lazy security guard wearing pajamas. Every time you try to study, exercise, build a business, clean your room, or finally open that scary email, your brain says, "Interesting idea, but have you considered lying down?" And honestly, the brain has a point. Hard things use energy. Hard things feel uncomfortable. Hard things do not give instant snacks, instant applause, or instant dopamine fireworks. That is why discipline often feels like dragging a sleepy cat into a swimming pool. But here is the strange part. Your brain can actually be trained to want the hard path. Not overnight. Not with one motivational quote under a sunset photo. And definitely not by yelling, "I am built different," while eating chips at midnight. You train it slowly, the same way a lotus rises through dark mud before it reaches the light. That is the idea behind the Lotus Method. It is a simple way to turn discomfort into focus, resistance into action, and struggle into identity. Because the lotus does not wait for clean water. It grows in the mess. And let's be honest, most of our lives are a little messy. Maybe your room looks like a laundry explosion. Maybe your goals are somewhere under 12 browser tabs. Maybe your motivation comes and goes like bad Wi-Fi. That is okay. The Lotus Method starts exactly there. Not in perfect conditions. Not when you feel ready. Not when the universe sends you a golden invitation with your name on it. It starts in the mud. The first part of the Lotus Method is called the mud moment. This is the second when your brain says, "Nope, I do not want to do this." You know that moment. The alarm rings. The workout begins. The blank page stares at you like it knows your secrets. The task is right there, and suddenly cleaning the fridge feels more interesting than your real goal. Most people panic in this moment. They think resistance means something is wrong. But resistance is not a stop sign. It is the entrance. When you feel discomfort, your brain is not broken. It is just protecting energy. So instead of fighting the feeling, notice it. Say, this is the mud. That tiny sentence changes everything. Now you are not failing. You are beginning. The second part is the 10-breath bridge. Before doing the hard thing, take 10 slow breaths and do nothing else. No phone. No bargaining. No dramatic speech to the ceiling. Just breathe. Your brain needs a small gap between fear and action. Without that gap, your emotions grab the steering wheel and drive you straight into distraction city. 10 breaths tell your nervous system, "We are safe, but we are moving." It sounds too simple. That is why people ignore it. But simple things are usually the ones that work, which is annoying but true. After 10 breaths, make the task smaller. Not small. Ridiculously small. If you need to write, open the document. If you need to exercise, put on the shoes. If you need to study, read one paragraph. If you need to clean, pick up one item. Your brain hates giant missions. But it can tolerate tiny movements. And tiny movements are dangerous. Because once you start, your brain often says, "Well, since we are already here, maybe we can continue." That is how momentum sneaks in through the back door. The third part of the Lotus Method is posture. Yes, posture. Before you roll your eyes, check your shoulders. Exactly. When your body looks defeated, your brain receives the memo. If you sit like a melted noodle, your mind starts acting like one. So before a hard task, change your shape. Sit taller. Relax your jaw. Plant your feet. Take one clean breath. Move like someone who has already decided. You do not need to feel confident first. Confidence often arrives after action, not before it. This is unfair, but useful. The body can lead the mind. The fourth part is called the first ugly minute. Most people avoid hard things because they imagine the entire mountain. They see 2 hours of studying, 30 minutes of running, a whole business plan, a full life transformation. No wonder the brain wants to escape. That sounds exhausting. So forget the mountain. Give yourself 1 ugly minute. 1 minute of bad writing. 1 minute of slow exercise. 1 minute of awkward practice. 1 minute of doing it badly, clumsily, and with the grace of a confused penguin. The goal is not greatness. The goal is entry. Because the door to discipline is usually ugly. Nobody wants to hear this, but the first version of anything good is often terrible. Your first workout is not cinematic. Your first draft is not poetry. Your first attempt at focus may last 11 seconds before you wonder what penguins eat. That is fine. The lotus does not bloom on day 1. It just keeps rising. The fifth part is reward without escape. This is important. Your brain needs rewards, but not rewards that destroy the habit. If you work for 10 minutes and reward yourself with 3 hours of scrolling, your brain learns a very funny lesson. It learns that hard work is just the painful doorway to digital disappearance. Instead, reward yourself with something small and clean. Stand up. Drink water. Stretch. Play one song. Look outside. Say, "Good, I kept my promise." It may sound cheesy. Do it anyway. Your brain loves evidence. Every time you complete a small hard thing, you give your brain proof that you are someone who follows through. Not someone perfect. Not someone superhuman. Someone reliable. That identity is powerful. The sixth part is reflection. At the end of the day, ask one question. Where did I rise today? Not, did I become a legend? Not, did I fix my entire personality before dinner? Just, where did I rise? Maybe you answered the email. Maybe you walked for 10 minutes. Maybe you studied even though your brain begged for cartoons and snacks. Maybe you did not win the day, but you did not quit either. Write it down. One sentence is enough. Your brain needs to see progress, because progress is fuel. Without reflection, your wins disappear. With reflection, they become identity. The seventh part is choosing tomorrow's mud. Before you sleep, pick one hard thing for tomorrow. Only one. Do not create a heroic list of 27 tasks, because tomorrow you will wake up and hate yesterday's version of yourself. Pick one meaningful challenge. Make it clear. Make it small enough to start. Then decide the first action. Not the whole plan. Just the first move. For example, after breakfast, I will open my notebook and write 3 sentences. Or, at 7 a.m., I will put on my shoes and walk outside. Or, before checking my phone, I will read 1 page. Specific beats dramatic. Always. Now here is where the magic starts. After a few days, hard things still feel hard. Sorry. No fake miracle here. But they stop feeling impossible. The mud becomes familiar. The discomfort becomes less scary. Your brain begins to understand that difficulty is not danger. It is training. And once your brain learns that, everything changes. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop needing perfect conditions. You stop treating discomfort like a monster under the bed. You begin to see discomfort as a signal. A signal that growth is nearby. This is the Lotus Method in real life. Notice the mud. Cross the 10-breath bridge. Change your posture. Enter the first ugly minute. Reward without escaping. Reflect on where you rose. Choose tomorrow's mud. That is it. No secret temple required. No ancient scroll delivered by a mysterious eagle. Just practice. Small, boring, powerful practice. And that is the part most people miss. Discipline is not usually built in huge dramatic moments. It is built when nobody is watching. It is built when the bed is warm, but you stand up. It is built when the page is empty, but you write 1 bad sentence. It is built when your brain says, "Not today," and you gently answer, "Just 1 minute." You do not force your brain by attacking it. You guide it. You train it. You show it, again and again, that hard things can be survived. Then hard things can be completed. Then hard things can become part of who you are. The lotus does not become beautiful by avoiding the mud. It becomes beautiful because it moves through it. So the next time your brain resists, do not call yourself lazy. Do not start a war with yourself. Smile a little. Take 10 breaths. Sit up. Begin badly. Begin small. Begin anyway. Because your future self is not waiting in perfect sunlight. Your future self is growing quietly through the mud. And every hard thing you do today is one more inch toward the surface.